It's finally 2024, and now it's time to start uploading videos again for the year, and never, ever, ever being late. Like, ever, ever. Fuck. Hey guys, FNAF2 here with our video, and in today's video, we are going to talk about, is Mortal Kombat 1 a good reboot? So pretty much, a long time ago, whenever Mortal Kombat 1 came out, I made a video playing Chapter 1, and then proceeded to not play the other 14 chapters, because I got too busy with all the new Fortnite stuff coming out and everything else. So I just decided, why not? Screw it. Let's sit down, and in one whole day, I sat down and beat Mortal Kombat 1. It took me about 8 hours, 9 hours if you count the Chapter 1 video we did. And yeah, so I pretty much beat the whole game, got the whole story, so we're pretty much just going to go over the story of Mortal Kombat 1, and then go over some pros and some cons, and kind of decide, is it a good reboot for the Mortal Kombat series? So, in short terms, the Mortal Kombat 1 story is Liu Kang obviously makes the new realm after getting the Hourglass in MK11, by the way, spoilers, and he wants to make peace. But Shang Tsung escapes, like, his destiny that Liu Kang gave him, and he's trying to get his spot back as a sorcerer. Now, at the beginning, we do see the return of Kronika from MK11, which nobody was excited for, but we actually see that Kronika was Titan Shang Tsung, aka Shang Tsung from MK11 Aftermath, where if you win as him, he takes over and becomes that giant Titan version. It was actually him pretending to be Kronika, and he returns and baits the other bad guys, aka the new Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, and General Shao, and pretty much they try to take over, but then we find out Titan Shang Tsung gets all the other Dark characters, so we see like Dark Raiden, we see some new ones like Dark Reptile, Dark Smoke, Dark Scorpion, and we see all these Dark characters team up with Titan Shang Tsung to take on the other Titans. So pretty much it's kind of confusing. You have to play it. Like, it makes sense while you're playing it, but me explaining it sounds very confusing. Pretty much every time somebody would beat Kronika in MK11 in the tower mode, they would get their own ending where they become like the Titan. Well, pretty much all those endings are canon because every single Titan creates a new universe. So we thought there was just two universes, one with Liu Kang and one with Shang Tsung. But no, every character from MK11's roster who you could play as technically has their own universe. So we pretty much get a new version of Armageddon where we see Team Liu Kang versus Team Titan Shang Tsung. So that's pretty much the main story, and like I said, spoilers, the good guys obviously win. In Chapter 15, the very last chapter, you get to pick to play as any character you want, and you team up with Liu Kang, Fire God Liu Kang, to defeat a bunch of, like, crossover characters, and then at the very end, you defeat Titan Shang Tsung and Titan Quan Chi. And we see at the very end, Liu Kang lets all of our champions know they're good and stuff. We get to see some stuff about Sub-Zero, teasing Sub-Zero being a big enemy in the next game. And then we finally get an end credit scene, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So that's pretty much the main story of Mortal Kombat 1. Now let's go over some pros and cons. First, I'll start with the cons because we're just talking about the story here, not the game itself. We're just talking about, is the story a good reboot? I don't want to go too far on like the topic of actual gameplay and stuff because we can talk about that another time. I just want to talk about the story. So we'll go over the cons because I don't have very many. First off, I did not really like Natara, Reiko, and Rain. Now I pretty much get that Natara, Reiko, and Havoc and Ermac, I guess, we're pretty much only there to be fodder. They're pretty much the Reptile and the Baraka of this universe where they're always just getting beaten. But I don't know, it was really cool to see Natara and Reiko and Havoc all return, but they didn't have really big roles. Like, I was kind of hoping Reiko and Havoc would have some cool return, and same with Natara, but no, they were pretty much just the beat-em-up guys for this game. We did get to see some cool stuff with Havoc, that's why he's not on this list, but I understand you need your beat-up guys, so I understand why Natara, Reiko, and Havoc, for the most part, were all there. But I was very disappointed with Rain. They made it seem like Rain was going to be a very big part of the story. He's teaming up with Shang Tsung and General Shao and Quan Chi the whole time, and he's supposed to be like one of the big bad guys on the team, but he's not really even a big bad guy. He gets beat up for a lot of the game. You beat him a lot, and he doesn't really do anything significant. He just like kind of dogs on Sindel during her chapter, and he's just kind of like a generic bad guy. He's like just beat up fodder, but they try to make it seem like he's a very big part. I kind of wish his part as a villain was bigger in the story, but no, he's just beat up fodder. And then my other con was I do not think Bihan Sub-Zero was handled very well. Now, they obviously, from the get-go, show you that Bi-Han Sub-Zero is kind of like a menace. Like, he's the more mean version in the team, while Smoke and Scorpion are just like J-Chill and they want to be helpful. And then, surprise, surprise, Bi-Han turns on his brother, and Sub-Zero joins the bad guys and turns on Scorpion and Smoke. In Sub-Zero's chapter at the end of his, technically beginning of Scorpion's. Surprise, surprise, Bi-Han's bad. Bi-Han's always bad, you know. But the annoying thing is that they don't really do anything with it. Like, yeah, he cuts Scorpion's eye, which gives Kuai Lang his scar, which was really cool, but they don't really do anything with it. Like I said, in the ending, they do tease that Sub-Zero is still a bad guy and he's still out for redemption. So maybe in the next game, or in the story mode continuation, because they're talking about making like an aftermath pretty much, he might be a bigger threat. But as of right now, he didn't really do anything crazy, and I'm expecting him to just return in the next one, be a bad guy for a little bit, get killed, and then turn into the new era's version of Noob Saibot, because let's just be honest, it's Bi-Han's canon event. Let's talk about some pros of the story mode, because there was definitely more pros than cons. Like I said, I only had a problem with a few characters pretty much, but for the most part, the story mode was pretty good. Obviously, first off, let's just say the game had amazing graphics. I don't really need to say much, but some of the shots and stuff and the graphic stuff looked so good in story mode. Some of the close-ups, and there wasn't very much gore, but overall the graphics looked great. I'm not going to stay on that too long because we already know that, but still, it looked really good. Now, one of the main things that I did like about the story mode is they fixed a lot of mistakes they had with characters. A lot of people, so pretty much what I like about this game is they pretty much just took what people didn't like in MK11 and MK11 Aftermath and made it better for this game. They fixed a lot of messed up characters like Sindel, Ermac, Reptile, Geras, Baraka, and more. Like, first off, we'll just go through them real quick. Sindel, they actually made her a good guy this time. They made the bad version show up too, but whatever. Good guy Sindel does die though, sadly, which was very sad. But still, they finally fixed Sindel. Ermac, they finally fixed his original story where he's actually the soul of King Jared is possessing him. We actually get to see King Jared possessing Ermac, which is really cool. So they fixed that too. Reptile and Baraka just both had really good stories now. They weren't just beat up fodder anymore. Now they actually had character arcs and stories that actually made them cool and like wanting to see them more. And then Geras was actually a good character. Nobody really cared for Geras in MK11 because he always just got murdered, but now he actually had a cool storyline where he was actually protecting the Hourglass for Liu Kang, and I think it makes him a way more likable character in this game. A lot of characters' arcs got fixed in this game. Now, obviously, not all of them were perfect. Like I said, Notaro, Reiko, Rain, I wish had some more to do. Sub-Zero's wasn't that good, but most of the characters that had problems in MK11 Aftermath, got fixed, which is really good. It made me really happy to see all these characters. Like I said, I really liked seeing Baraka and Reptile as good guys and actually getting more story time. All the characters they messed up got fixed, and I'm very glad they fixed all these characters because it was really good how they did it. Most of the stories with the characters are told really well. If you have not played the story mode, definitely play it. Let's talk about the most important pro we have here. The Johnny Cage and Kenshi bromance. Nah, I'm just playing. But I did really like Johnny Cage in the story mode. I think he is one of the best characters. I really like his arc. His chapter is one of the funnest too. He is chapter 2. And Kenshi is pretty cool too. I really like the team up of Kenshi and Johnny Cage. And every time Johnny Cage was on screen, I was always laughing at whatever stupid things he was saying. So I just thought I'd mention that here, that Johnny Cage and Kenshi's bromance was amazing. And Johnny Cage was probably my favorite character in the whole entire story mode. Loved him. And then also, like I was saying earlier, it had a great ending. Mortal Kombat 1 story was a really good ending. You defeat the bad guys, you get rid of Titan Shang Tsung and Titan Quan Chi, and then Liu Kang just lets Johnny Cage, Raiden, Kung Lao, and Kenshi know that, like, boom, we're done. Good job, guys. Maybe we'll see you again. And then he also teases at Sub-Zero, not letting down, and he also announces that Scorpion is making the Shirai Ryu. And then, after all that, after about half of the end credit scenes, we get a tease that Havoc may be the next main boss. I don't know how much I can show because the scene is pretty gory, but we see Titan Havoc with a few of the other Titans. I think Kenshi was in there, and I can't remember who else. I think Jade or something. I can't really remember. It wasn't Jade. It was one of the females, though. Katana, maybe? Anyways, it doesn't matter. We see Havoc Titan, and he's just, like, loving all the chaos because we pretty much get the redo of Armageddon from MK9 and obviously Armageddon. And Havoc pretty much says, like, he's coming next for more chaos, which was really cool. I know a lot of people have wanted to see Havoc as a main boss. That's why I didn't really know where to put Havoc, because I was disappointed with his normal storyline where he was just a beat up fodder, but then they kind of saved it by the end credit scene. So honestly, it was really cool to see Titan Havoc. He might actually be the next main boss, which is pretty cool. I don't know if he'll be the next main boss of like the next game, or if they'll just add a story mode like they did with Aftermath and Havoc will be the next main boss. Either way, it's really cool to see Havoc in such a main character role, because this is his first game in a while and a lot of people have wanted to see an evil Havoc like that. So it would have been really cool if they could have did that with like Reiko too, but either way, I'm excited to see what they do next. But yeah, guys, overall, I would say Mortal Kombat 1's story is a very good reboot of the timeline. I think what they did in MK11 was decent, but I feel like if you play the MK1 story mode, it kind of wraps everything up and fixes all the mistakes from MK11. So I really do like this reboot, and it still connects, which is very good. I'm excited to see what they do next, either with the next game or a story mode continuation. I really want more, like I said, from Havoc, from Reiko, Rain, Natara, obviously Bihan, Sub-Zero, and I just can't wait to see what they do with all these characters, what characters we'll see next. Hopefully we'll just get like a story mode continuation soon instead of having to wait, you know, like 8 years for the second game. Wonder what they'll call the second game, because Mortal Kombat 1, they can't call it Mortal Kombat 2, because I don't know, we'll have to just wait and see what they do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think overall the story was a really good idea. I love the new reboot. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the new Mortal Kombat reboot. Before we end this video, I do just want to say real quick, my goal for 2024 is to become a YouTube partner, which pretty much means you hit 1,000 subscribers. We gained a little bit over 400 subscribers during the year of 2023, so we just have to gain a little bit over 500 just to hit 1,000 this year. So I hope you guys will join along for this ride, and I'm so grateful for everything we got last year, and last year was probably the best year I've had on YouTube, but this year we're gonna make it even better. We have some crazy surprises coming for you guys in a few months. So yeah, if you guys are excited, join along for the ride. Don't forget to leave, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you will always be notified for when I drop another video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces! Happy 2024.